I was kind of thinking I'd stay out of the whole YouTube censorship thing, but I'm not gonna. I made that other video. Now I'm falling. I'm down the slippery slope, and um, I didn't really feel I had to reply to "Give me a break, man," but I got a little back and forth with one of his commenters, and so I figured I would do him a favor and give him more of my time. Um, the, uh, the before I start with that, the thing with Victor, uh, that's your name, right? Um, one you talked about try saying fuck at a job interview and see whether they get. Well, that would be a bad idea depending on the job, but mostly a bad idea. Saying it on a first date, um, I think that's a lot more common than you think. I mean, there's a lot of people that just say it in passing conversation. It's not that taboo in a lot of parts of the culture anymore. So I think you could probably get away with that pretty easily. Um, you know, you keep those examples were examples of impressing other people, but free speech is about personal expression. It's not about getting a job. Free speech isn't so that you can land a job. Um, and you talk about most of those people saying that word don't even have anything good to say. Well, I mean, I don't say it that much, but it doesn't have to be the core of my message in order for it to be worth protecting. Um, you're like, if it really is so important, it's like, uh, why? So it has to be really important for me to think that you or someone else has no right to tell me to change it. Now, I know YouTube is private property. Fine. This is what drew me into this whole issue that I was going to stay out of. And I was going to stay out of it because it's typical. Internet sites start up, anything goes. Then gets a little popular because that's exciting. And, interests come in just to make it boring. And so that the mainstream and the television can report on it and everybody, is happy that it's fit in. And, the exciting part where people say whatever they want moves on elsewhere. And I wasn't going to really get too upset that this is happening to YouTube. But I also object to you saying that it's just promotion, promotion. We're not talking about promotion. We're talking about a search function. Okay, not getting listed on something like a most discussed list or a most favored list is dishonest. Okay, I can complain about this as a customer, right? And you go, oh, you're getting the service for free. Well, they're getting our videos for free too, and they sell the fact that we come to this site to their advertisers. They're selling us as a resource. I'm involved, so I can go ahead and have a say. And even as a customer for free, I can have a say. And those are search functions. Most discussed is not things that people have talked about we thought we'd promote. That's where the discussion has been. Most favorited, that's what's been getting favorited. It should return that result. And as a service to people that don't want to see objectionable things, uh, fine. Like Google, don't refuse to show these sites in search engines when people want to find them. Just have a safe search so people that don't want to find them don't have to. Have a filter so that people don't have to see those. They can do their most discussed list, taking out every instance of the F word, taking out every instance of the keyword abortion because they don't want to talk about the abortion subject, and taking out, whatever they want. Let them filter. But the problem is that people want to see this kind of stuff, right? In spite of saying how you'll lose a date and you won't get a job, people want to see this stuff. And that's sort of the real problem, right? Is that people want to see more of that crap than they want to see anything of quality. And so we have to figure out ways to try to keep it from people who might want to see it, like kids who aren't being watched and on YouTube. So that's the real problem. If we let people self-select, if you just categorize, if you want to auto flag stuff and put up a flag so that when it comes up in the most discussed list, it shows you right there, uh-oh, it's got one of those flags. It's either got this, that, or the other thing that causes the flag. I won't click on it. Fine. But this is against, also against the expectations of how it had already been. We're not talking about YouTube was started to discuss knitting and how somebody wants to say, fuck God. Yeah, no. YouTube was started in the spirit of the peer to peer. You guys tell us what you want to see. We're giving you a way to put it up there. Then put it. That happens over and over. Those are the successful companies that do that. We'll give you an infrastructure. People go use it. Then what happens is it gets really popular and they say, okay, we're going to control it now. So they let this jungle grow up and then they bring in and start shaving topiaries out of it. And that's when it gets boring. And that's why I complain. I also want to make a video just because there's a commenter in your video that's, yeah. He claimed I called him a troll just because we had a difference of opinion. I have a much more strict idea of trolls than that. I called him a troll because, he said, "Are you missing a chromosome?" He said I had a string hanging out of me, that I'm on the rag, basically, that maybe that's it. And he kept telling me, you know, don't cry and you need a tissue for this issue or something like that. And wanting to be emotional, trying those kinds of insults, wanting to be emotionally manipulative, uh, ending his comments with things like, end of story, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's why I call him a troll. I see that, he might think he has a point, but I don't know who this guy is. But anyway, somebody replied to give me a break, man. He said, you soft cock pansy. It's the principle of the thing. Nobody denies the fact that YouTube can do what it wants. It has every right to. That doesn't mean the majority can't be pissed, though. Okay, Viper, I'm not going to read the numbers. A guy named Viper with some numbers said, you can be pissed if you want to, just be pissed somewhere else. So I said, and yet in reality, we can be pissed wherever we want to. Why do you need to control what pissed off people are pissed off at and how they express it? Why? Okay. So then this guy who had a long back and forth with me, claiming victory a million ways, throwing back my own comments at me, says, blah, 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 blah. Really, why do you care so much? Just get over it. There's more authentically important things in this world to focus your time on. YouTube is not a right. It's a privately owned site that others can use for free. They have the right to limit what is said. End of story. Well, it's not the end of story. Okay, the internet was which I told the guy later. The internet was established by the government, but there's no public role in it, right? So, besides which, it doesn't fucking matter. If all I am is a customer of YouTube, I have all the more reason to make a stink. See, if I thought I could legally do something about this, which I don't, by the way, they're going to win. I mean, I do believe there's laws that could be used to fight this kind of thing. But those laws have to be mitigated, and there's precedent, and YouTube is going to be able to do this kind of thing. But if I thought there was a legal solution, then I don't have to be noisy here on YouTube. I can just go to the courts and file a court case. But since I can't do that, if I want to do anything at all, I have to take my grievance straight to YouTube, don't I? Yes, you're a genius. Walk along with me on this path of enlightenment because we're going into another video.